evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the beautiful Jim Goda Stadium on the campus of Moorhead High School, home of your Moorhead Spuds. A special welcome to the players, coaches, and fans supporting the Sabres of Sartell. We remind all fans of their personal responsibility for good sportsmanship. Good sportsmanship is viewed by the Moorhead School District and the Minnesota State High School League as a concrete measure of the understanding and commitment to fair play, ethical behavior, and integrity. Also, all Moorhead Public Schools and its various campuses, including this stadium, are alcohol, drug, and tobacco-free. These items are strictly prohibited. We would also like to thank Sanford Health for sports medicine coverage that Monica has been working with. Jeremy Anderson, Mike Boyd, Bruce Belseth, Lonnie Marces, and Jesse Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, he does this on a different scale.
Oh, that's the 50, right on the 50.
After my hour tutorial, I really should have done that.
Looks like you want to download
This is about as easy as I thought to shut it. I still have to do it quite a bit. We have kids in the same grade. We spent the whole post-prom night at that bowling alley last month.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, but he's talking there's pregame.
Please welcome your Moorhead Spies. Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to beautiful Jim Goda Stadium on the campus of Moorhead High School. At this time, please rise as we honor America, and the Moorhead High School Pep Band, under the tutelage of Mrs. Pam Redlinger, plays our national anthem. Please welcome A very special Moorhead Spud welcome to the Sartell Pep Band under the direction of Sylvia Corey. And now let's meet the kickoff kid. Our kickoff kid tonight, Caleb Kazik. Caleb is a sixth grader at Horizon, as also involved in choir, orchestra, and football. He is a student leader who never misses an opportunity to set a good example for his fellow students. And now, let's meet the defensive starters for your Moorhead Spud. At corner, number 2, Jaden Griffin. At linebacker, captain number 8, Ben Horlichka. At corner, number 10, Abel Carfield. At safety, number 17, Oliver Judd. At safety, number 20, Max Stenjar. At linebacker, number 27, Rain Battle. At linebacker, number 32, Cade Allmendinger. At defensive end, number 35, Ron Otto.
There's nothing quite like the energy that is driven when you get a playoff game on the turf. Tonight it's Moorhead and Sartell and Kent McLeod. These two teams, no strangers to one another.
Not at all. And if we go back to that first game, that was a battle. And the Spuds they got their work cut out for them. You know, I've said for years, you don't want to play Sartell late in the year.
It's unusual to think that two teams that finished with 3 wins and 5 losses in the regular season are meeting for the section championship.
Yep, and they are. And Moorhead they're better than that, and so is Sartell. And I tell you, Moorhead's battle tonight is stop the run.
And it is for Sartell. One of their main concerns is trying to figure out how to put the clamps on one Michael Haugo.
Yep, they've kind of made some changes as far as they've been getting one-on-one matches with Michael and with his speed, and he's done some nice things the last 2 weeks, and I wouldn't mind seeing that to continue.
As we go, we would like to remember that tonight's game is a presentation of Moorhead Area Public Schools, congratulating the upcoming graduating seniors as they finish their career. And tonight, somebody is going to find that their seniors are playing their last high school football game.
Yeah, and that's always a shame when it happens, but, you know, that's part of high school sports. And, yeah, you're right, somebody's going to. But I think we're going to have a battle, and it probably will come down to late in the game.
Many people thought that Moorhead would probably find a way to finagle the point system in order to get to this point. But I don't think anybody really expected that Sartell was going to beat Sauk Rapids, the number 1 team in the section, in order to be in this position to battle for that championship trophy.
And they really did. And I tell you, defensively, I watched a little bit of that game this afternoon and before we came up here, and I'll tell you what, they put on a nice display. Defensively, their secondary played very well and shut down a very talented Sauk Rapids passing game, and wow, it was fun to watch.
Moorhead's Gavin Quaid and the Spud offense will have first opportunity here tonight as we get ready for the kickoff. They lined it up, and we're about ready to get this game underway. Sartell kicking it right to left. There is virtually no wind blowing on this somewhat cool fall evening. A line drive type of kick gathered in at the 10, and we are underway. Out to the 25, 30, sideline, and out of bounds near the 35-yard line. So the Spuds are getting good field position for their offensive unit, and Gavin Quaid leads the Spuds onto the turf.
Nice job by Michael Hoggle, Larry. It was kind of a weird kick. It was kind of tailing away from him. And instead of trying, they had a middle return set up. Instead of doing that, he just went up the left side, and he came, with his speed, came close to breaking that right off the bat.
A couple of weeks ago, an injury to DJ Smith indicated he may not be able to play any more football this year. He came in against Alexandria He is on the field starting tonight's game for the Spuds, and we are underway. First down from the line of scrimmage, the 35-yard line. Snap is back. They'll put it on the ground for Ben Herliska. He's coming off a 200-yard night against Alexandria earlier 1 week ago.
And I'll tell you what, he ran possessed last week, Larry. He was meeting people. He'd get tackled, looked like he was going to get tackled line of scrimmage, and just like he did there, cut it back and carried people for extra yards, and he just picked up 3 there.
So the ball spotted now at the 38-yard line. And as we put this game under the watchful eye of all in attendance, the Spuds now facing 2nd down and 7. Line to gain the 45. 2 receivers near right side for Gavin Quaid. Out of the pistol formation, flanker to the left, and here's the turn and the handoff and the run. Nice hole opens up. Ben Herliska gets a first down and gains another 5 yards after contact, and out there leading the way to make sure he got those yards was tight end David Carlson.
And nice job. They ran power back to their right side. He hooked him right off the bat, and then the backside, Ashton Speaker playing that left guard spot, came around a corner. And he picked up the linebacker, and they got a big first down out of that.
Out to the 48-yard line, where the Spuds have a new set of downs as receiver Smith goes wide, far left side. A flanker on the near right side, again the pistol formation. As they line things up with Gavin Quaid, Ben Herliska is the running back. Quick toss out to the far side on the bubble screen. This time Sartell is there and waiting for it. It looked like Cole Henches, who sees double duty. He is also the starting quarterback for Sartell, was there. One-on-one coverage, making the play for no gain.
Yep, and they ran the bubble screen to Michael Hago, and when he bent back, he tried to go outside, and Henches did a great job of keeping outside leverage and stopping that for no gain. And I tell you what, he's a good player. Henches, we get to call his name on the other side of the ball too, but he did a good job of keeping outside leverage and stopping that.
2nd down and 10. Spuds just short of midfield at the 48-yard line. Michael Hago works his way off to the near side. Smith comes back onto the field to play. He had come to the sideline when it was not on, and the play goes to the ground, and it's Ben Herliska. He got stood up there just across midfield to the 49-yard line. They're going to spot his forward motion right at the midfield stripe.
Yeah, they tried to run that little wham play off the left side that time, and their linebacker on that side, I'm not sure what his number was, did a great job of getting off the block of the guard and stopping that for a short gain.
It's 3rd down and 8. Line to gain the 42-yard line as the Spuds. Play clock has still got time. There's 17 seconds and counting down as they appear to be taking a little extra time in the huddle. DJ Smith comes wide near right side. In the slot is Michael Hago. In the timeout call is Kevin Feeney. And we'll return to Jim Goda Stadium. 9:51 to go. We're in the opening quarter. Moorhead nothing and Sartell nothing. 1 minute here, 1 minute.
During the fall harvest season can cost you time and money.
I don't know.
Keeping your harvest
They
utility
only had
tools
10
running at
guys
peak
on the field,
performance
Larry.
is especially important this time of year. That's why RDO Equipment Company Ag Locations work to give our farm partners bigger opportunity to get the parts and service they need with our extended store hours. Call your local RDO to inquire or use the dealer locator at RDOequipment.com to view current hours for your servicing store.
Luther Family Buick GMC needs your used car or truck, any make or model. If you have a vehicle you're ready to sell, we'll take it off your hands.
For
It's
almost
super
2
easy
decades,
for you to get
we've published
top
the most
dollar.
comprehensive
Stop in with
yearbooks
your
on Minnesota
title,
high
get a
school
free
sports,
vehicle
and run the best
evaluation, and get
in-season and
paid the
off-season
same
events.
day. It's as simple
We
as
cover
1,
every corner
2,
of the state.
3. No
We are
obligation.
the
All right, you're back in 10 seconds.
Thank you.
Pre-owned vehicle to Luther Family Buick GMC today. Corner of I-29 and 32nd Avenue South, Fargo. We are professional grade.
Out of that timeout, Moorhead faces 3rd down and 8. Wide receiver, Michael Hago to the near side. Wide receiver far left as well. And we may have had a miscommunication in the play call made. That has been straightened away, and here's the snap. The look to the near side. It is DJ Smith. He works his way away and out of the tackle and up near the 40-yard line. That is close enough for a first down as the Sabres set up Ryland Groth to make sure that it goes no farther, but it's enough. It's a 10-yard gain and a first down.
Yeah, I think they had a change of play at the line of scrimmage, Larry, and Michael Hago wasn't sure what they had done, but he came back and ran that hitch route back to DJ Smith. Nice job by DJ. Got the ball, turned outside, and got enough for the first down.
Opening drive here tonight at Jim Goda Stadium. Spuds with their first possession have taken it from their own 30 to the Sartell 40. On the ground it comes near side, lowering the shoulder. I mean, he runs over people. With authority, Ben Herliska runs over people.
Nice job. They ran power back to right. Ryland Groth, the D back on that side, came up to make the fill. He got his pad level down and knocked him back. Otherwise, he wouldn't have got the 4 yards they got, but nice job by the line, too. They were able to seal stuff off so that he had a one-on-one with the safety. And you know what? I kind of like it when he's going one-on-one. I'll take Herliska every time.
Victor Urbaso checking in. He is one of the blocking backs in the jumbo package. He'll line up just behind the right side tackle. Wide receivers to the far left side. Pistol formation for Quaid, Gavin Quaid, taking a look to the near sideline before settling in and accepting the snap. Here's the turn and the handoff. Quick opener right up the middle. Off the right side and inside the 30. And again, it is Ben Herliska. He's well on his way to another big night in the rushing department. It's a Moorhead first down.
And you called it, Larry. Victor Abazo that time. He's like an H-back. He came and he pulled and got to the linebacker. He had one-on-one up front on the left side. He got the linebacker and a nice cut by Herliska to get that first down. He read that very well. Nice job up front by the Spuds.
Like the way he ran that play. He stays on for this next play for the Spuds as they have 1st and 10. Inside the 30-yard line. Gavin Quaid with the snap. Here's the turn, and Herliska sidesteps out of one tackle and then runs into problems at the 25-yard line before he's brought down. Turned into a 3-yard gain for Herliska, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, now how about Herliska? When the Moorhead pulled, they pulled both their backside people running power, and the tackle went with them. He just made a little dipsy doodle and got out of that tackle and picked up the yards. And nice job, because that could have been for loss. And nice job by just making sure he's going forward.
Michael Haugo goes wide, far left side. Is this the time for him to shine? It is 3rd down and 7 for the Spuds. As they take a look, Gavin Quaid, satisfied with the play call, leans in on the pistol, hands off Herliska. Nothing left, goes right across the 20 and to about the 19-yard line. Not quite enough for the first down, but very close. And it's another big play. It's 3rd down coming. I think I identified that play as 3rd down. This is 3rd down at the 20-yard line.
Yep, 3rd and real short, and again, running that wham play off the left. And Austin Schultz from his right tackle spot got all the way to the safety, and Herliska was trying to bend that back and couldn't quite do it. And I don't think that safety wants to see Mr. Schultz come again.
Javid Carlson lines up as a tight end on the far left side. Play goes to Herliska, and again he cuts back inside the play, and I think his forward motion is enough. Sartell thinks they've stopped it at the 19-yard line, but let's see what they have indicated here as they take a look across. We have seen very few, hardly any measurements this year. The Spuds have come up just short by vision. And at the 19-yard line, it is 4th and 1.
Yep, they did something a little bit different on defense that time. They brought both inside linebackers that time, Larry, and that messed up the running lanes a little bit.
Crowd starting to get into it here tonight in this first and opening drive. Under center it goes quick, and it'll be Gavin Quaid as he powers his way off the left side, and then he sneaked out of the tackle and kept on going. Churning his way upfield. It's a 1st down, Moorhead.
Yeah, and it's something that the Spuds have been doing lately, you know, and putting him up underneath center, and they run the sneak, and didn't have it initially, and then he got behind big 76 Jake Erdman and just got behind his 300 pounds of mass, and they ended up getting about 4 yards on that. That was a nice line surge on the left side.
To the 14-yard line. Now this drive started on the opening kickoff that was returned by Michael Haugo to the 35. And the Spuds have kept churning it away and picking up first downs. A conversion there on 4th down has kept the drive alive. As we go back on the run to Ben Herliska. He steps away from a tackle, gets to the 10, may have gotten as far as the 9-yard line. He's just been outstanding down the stretch run.
He really has. They're getting good pushback and good bend back on at the point of emphasis where they're running the ball. That time they ran power to the right, and they're getting good bend back. And then when he initiates contact, Larry, he moves people back. He picked up 2 extra yards because of that.
The Spuds have been somewhat used to having 2 running backs that they can spell, but an injury to Carson Went has taken him put him on the shelf rather for tonight's game, leaving Ben Herliska alone as the running back. as Gavin Quaid waits for the snap. Here's the turn and the handoff, and again it's Ben Herliska. But I'll tell you what, that offensive line is opening up just enough room for Ben Herliska to make some positive gains.
Yeah, and he shows great patience when he gets up in there. You can see him. He just kind of wait, and then all of a sudden, boom, he goes. And that time they had pretty good bend back, and he still picked up about 4 yards on that.
They spot the ball just inside the 6-yard line. And from there, the Spuds, with 4:43 to go, they have run off almost 7 minutes of offense here on this opening drive. Wide receiver left, DJ Smith. Wide receiver near right side, Michael Haugo. Waiting for the ball. Here is the snap. And it is Herliska. This time he got caught in the backfield, but he escapes. He's on his way down to the 2, and he's at the 1-yard line. That's close enough for a first down.
Oh, wow. Again, they ran power to their left side, and their defense, that linebacker shot the gap, and he tried to tackle him too high. And you know what? He just shook him free and picked up the first down. Nice job of not getting stopped.
Tonight's game brought to you by the Minnesota State High School League, inviting you to become a part of all activities, become an official, see what it's like to be firsthand on the field, on the court, on the rink, at the mat. It is Minnesota State High School League activities here tonight. It's Moorhead as they go to that quick quarterback sneak. It goes off on the right side.
Herliska.
And I tell you what, Herliska was wide open. Much to the delight of the crowd on hand here tonight, the Spuds score first.
I tell you, there's a little chess game going right there, Larry, where he starts out in the shotgun and then gets up underneath center. They brought both their linebackers in A-gaps, so all they did was blocked it down. He went out off tackle, and they had it all sealed on. Nice job by the offensive line, and what a drive, 65 yards and one pass only.
With that, the point after try, and it is on its way up. And it is good. And the Spuds strike with 3:56 now showing in the opening quarter. It's Moorhead 7 and Sartell nothing.
Boss DXT snowplows are tough to beat. Featuring dual trip tech, flared wings, and optional D-force for improved scraping and back-dragging performance. Choose from 3 different sizes in steel, stainless steel, and poly. The Boss DXT is built to restore order.
Your home for Boss snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
Rivar Kaikos is ready to kick off for the Spuds. They put an 8-minute and 4-second opening series drive to score and lead it now 7-0. Here's the return from Sartell. Spuds get down on the field, but he slides off the tackle and keeps moving upfield. He keeps moving upfield across the 35 to the 37-yard line. And Sartell answers with a big emotional lift on the kickoff return.
Yeah, Trevor Schmidt picked that up in about 6-yard line, got hit on about the 12, broke that tackle, tried to get to the wall, broke 3 more tackles, and that ended up being a heck of a return out to about the 37-yard line.
Cole Henches and the Sartell Sabres. Spread formation, 2 to the right, 2 to the near left side. Pistol formation in the backfield. Here's the run, and the Spuds defense is there, led by A.B. Jala, Victor Urabazzo, David Kravenhoft, and Ron Otto. And the stop is made.
Well, I tell you what a job by A.B. Jala that time, Larry. He just saw that they were trying to run inside zone. He crashed down, and when he got him around the waist, he did a good job of stopping him because that was just starting to bend back. Great line surge by him.
2-yard pickup leaves Sartell facing 2nd down and 8. Here's Cole Henches. And to the run game, they'll try to keep it soft up the field. Down after a short gain at the 45-yard line. And let's mark that as a 4-yard pickup. And Ben Herliska, playing both sides, comes up with credit for the tackle there. and Sartell faces 3rd down and 2.
Well, and again, they're just running inside zone and good hard running by their back that time. Donovan Lund, he got hit at the line of scrimmage, just kept his legs churning and picked up positive yards. That was a nice run.
Still in the huddle and waiting. Here's the break of the huddle, and Sartell. White jerseys, royal blue pant, numbers and numerals. Here's the snap back, and the play goes to the near side. Cole Henches tried to struggle away, and he did. He's worked his way out of a tackle and goes down at the 49-yard line. That's a Sartell first down.
Yeah, that was just a quarterback keeper all the way. He followed Lund up the hole. Lund got met at the line of scrimmage, and somehow he bent that back and it looked like he was going to get hit for a loss, and he just squirmed his way for positive yards. That's a nice job by Henches, Larry.
Scott Henches and the Sartell Sabres. Parker Knutson goes wide out far right side. Wide receiver sets up in the slot. 2 receivers near side. Here's the play. Back to pass and throwing. Throwing deep. He's got his man up. And there's the flag.
Yep.
That was an easy call.
Yep.
Parker Knutson, the intended receiver, there was double teamed by the Spuds, but he got in the way. In fact, basically ran down the intended receiver. And that'll bring it back, and the penalty will be assessed.
Yeah, they ran a boot route, and it was a straight post all the way, and he was beat initially, but the ball was up in the air, and if he could have just looked back, he'd have been okay. But you know what? I'd rather give up 15 than 40.
That's math is pretty easy on that one.
Yep.
As they bring it to the line of scrimmage, they'll start the mark off. It's a 15-yard penalty, putting the ball down at the 36. And from there, it's first down for Sartell. And that's our first penalty of the night.
Yeah, and like you said, that was an easy call. He rammed him, and too bad he couldn't get a ball call.
2 to the right, 2 to the near left side. Pistol formation. Parker Knutson comes back in motion, sets up on the screen, but the ball is kept on the ground. And in spite of the fact that both teams show pass formations, where's the ground game, or where's the yardage gained? On the ground. It's been a running game so far.
Yeah, and again, it was A.B. Jala from his defensive tackle spot, run that inside zone, and he got across, got a hold of him. You know what? When he gets a hold of you, you're not going very far. He had 2, and that's all he got.
It is now 2nd down and 8 for Sartell. The line to gain is the 26-yard line. Rolling off to the far side and looking. Now being chased and looking. Throws it upfield. He's got his man in the end zone. Touchdown. He was open. He was covered. He was open and scored. And a long pass play. Then they'll count that one as a 36-yard pass completion for the score.
And he threw that on a rope, too. And one of the defensive backs, and I couldn't see who it was, had a shot at it. Just wasn't quite tall enough when he jumped to knock it down. And great concentration by Sartell's receiver to pull that in, but he had plenty of time. He got outside of containment, and he could have run it too, but he threw a strike. That was a heck of a ball.
So the point after try coming. And with the attempt to tie. Snap is back and put in place. The approach and the kick is lifted up and lifted good, and we are all knotted up with 1:14 to go in the opening quarter of play. It's Moorhead 7, Sartell 7.
Brady's Service Center is your hometown.
There we go. I figured it out, Larry.
So we are all tied up. The Spuds using 8 minutes and 4 seconds. The Sartell Sabres using 2.5 minutes. But the 36-yard pass completion thrown by Cole Henches has put this game into a tie. Here's the approach now, and the Sartell kickoff is low. A line driver. It bounces once, twice, and then picked up. Here's the return from Michael Haugo. He cannot find room, and he is sent to the ground inside the 25-yard line. It'll be first down at the 23. And Kramer is there on the stop for Sartell, and that's a big emotional lift for the special teams.
Absolutely, and that was a nice job of kicking the ball, and it took a whole lot of bounces, and Michael was just kind of looking for a spot. And sometimes, you just got to go, and that time, nice job on their special teams coming down and making a sure tackle.
With the ball spotted, they finally put it down at the 24-yard line. Moorhead's run-oriented offense in that first series of plays back on the field here with 1:08 to go. Wide receiver on the left, two receivers near right side, pistol formation in the backfield. Gavin Quaid waiting on the count, looking off to the left, and then comes back near side. Here's the play. It is Ben Herlischka. He cut up inside, but he ran right into a tackle. He was looking to the sideline, and then Cole Henches comes up to make the stop, and it is a short gain for Ben Herlischka.
Yeah, and Henches is basically, they put a guy in short motion, tried to run the power play out to their right. And you see what Henches did that time. He decided, I'm not going to tackle him high. He got down around below the waist and stopped him for little or no gain. He got about 2 yards, but, Herlischka's been getting positive yards. He went, nope, I'm going down and tackle you low.
Inside of the 35-second mark here in the opening quarter, tied at 7. Moorhead out of their own end of the field, looking upfield now on 2nd down and 8. Here's the turn and the handoff to Herlischka. He looks upfield, and this time the Sartell Sabres are there on the stop with the tackle made by Alec Martins, the outside linebacker. And Nuwachaku is also helping out on the play, and it's 3rd down.
Good job by their defense on flow that time. Moorhead tried to run power to their right. They just flowed with it, and when backside backer makes the tackle like that, Larry, that just means they got one too many people to block.
That brings us the end of the first quarter of play, and we'll switch ends and return with more from Jim Goda Stadium. It's Moorhead 7, Sartell 7.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to.
We asked the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to Casasa members last year. Dana wanted us to hire a marching band. Amanda thought that we should drop 2 million balloons. And Kevin, well, Kevin always wants to use the money gun. Steve thought, well, what if we just said it?
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in Casasa rewards.
The Sabres, and it's all knotted up at 7 apiece.
Yep, we're going to have a heck of a chess match going here. I'll tell you what, the Spuds, they're trying to run the ball. Right now they want to try to get some positive yards, and when you look at what Sartell did, they mixed it up pretty good in that drive.
So the Spuds on their first play now of the second quarter, going right to left as we look on, facing 2nd and 8 at their own 27-yard line. Haugo comes wide near side. Back to pass and looking. First legitimate pass play. And he's caught from behind and dragged down. Just as he was ready to lean one upfield. Quarterback sack on the play and a loss on the play brings up 3rd down.
Yep, they were trying to run where they were bringing DJ underneath that time, and then he got chased out of the pocket. Nice job by their guy, Cade Lewis. He made a good tackle on that for sure. That's the first time Moore's given up a sack in quite a while.
4th down play coming up now for the Spuds, and they go back into punt formation.
Xavier Thomas on to punt.
Xavier Thomas is the punter for the Spuds. They're coming out of their own end, unable to pick up a first down on that series. Thomas approaches, and he is knocked down. There's the flag. He was not run over. It was not malicious, but upfield, I think the loose ball.
Blocked.
It got blocked. It got deflected, and a chase for the loose ball. indicates that the Spuds may continue this drive.
We'll see what happens. I don't think they got it, but it's going to be close. But they're going to pick up the flag because the ball was blocked. He did get rough, but because it was blocked, they'll pick up that flag.
So the officials are all meeting out at the midfield area on the right hash mark as they discuss what has just happened. One, it was either a deflection on the punt, running over the punter as a result, which is going to be okay.
Yep.
And so, but they did throw the flag right away just in case they needed to. Back up field, there was a short play. So I'm Sartell, if they get the football, very short field.
Yeah, very short field, and it's not exactly what the Spuds don't need. But I think what they're discussing was, could he advance it? In other words, did he pick up that ball from behind the line of scrimmage? The only way he could advance if it's blocked behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, there's a lot of applause coming from the Moorhead fan base, and there is a quick visit out on the field by Scott Henches, the Sartell coach, to get an explanation, and he is not at all. His body language tells me he's not at all enamored with the way the explanation is being given.
No, he's actually explaining something to the official, and I don't think it's going very well. And you know what, Larry, I don't know how the Spuds are getting the ball back, but they just put the offense back on the field.
And the visit continues. Meanwhile, Moorhead is ready to play.
Yeah, they haven't moved the change or anything yet.
It almost gave me the sound of the crowd almost made me think that there was a turnover
and
with a touch, or
could be
a touch of the ball by Sartell, which then resulted in a recovery by Moorhead and continuation of the drive.
And that's exactly what they're calling. So, and it's not from the touch from the block, because that doesn't matter. Somebody from Sartell had to have touched it in that massive confusion, or no, we couldn't see that.
No, that was out of our range as to what actually was happening. It just seemed that by the crowd noise and all that was going on the field, that was a choice. So the Spuds maintain possession. They have it at their own 32-yard line as they look upfield. It is Ben Herliska. Oh, my, did he take a hit. He ran right into a stone wall. And with that play, Kalichi Nawakachu is there for the stop, and he stopped it in a hard way. And it's second down.
I'm not even going to try to say that
You can
name.
say Kalichi.
I can say Kalichi, but nice job. They, again, tried to run power back to left, and he just blitzed. He came up, read it right away. He'd seen enough of that, but we also have a flag on the play, too, and you're going to have a holding call on Moorhead besides.
We went all the way through that first series of plays without a flag, and in the last 4 or 5 plays, we've had 3 flags.
Well, the flags were getting lonely, I guess.
Yeah,
but
need to get into the action.
You know, what's amazing for Moorhead, because that's a spot fall, is that they tend to get holding calls, not on pass plays, on running plays. That's just amazing to me.
The yardage has been marked off, spotting the ball at the 17-yard line. Line to gain the 42. Underway early in the second quarter. Game tied at 7. The last few minutes, this game has taken an entirely different twist and turn from what we saw early. Back to pass, Gavin Quaid, he's going deep. It is up and over the top. It is up for grabs. It is there, and it is knocked away. 2-man coverage on Michael Haugo.
And guess who the coverage was? Cole Henches.
And along with that was Parker Knutson.
Yep.
One in front, one in back, and they come up with a knockaway.
Yep, they tried to get one-on-one. What they got, and the ball was just a little. He's faster than the quarterback can throw it, so it was underthrown just a little bit. And I tell you, when you run a full speed like that, it's tough to plant and go up and get it at its highest point. And he just wasn't able to do that, and Henches was right there to knock the ball down. That's a nice defensive play by Henches.
Brings it back now to the 27 or to the 17-yard line. See what the Spuds have in mind here. They're taking their time getting out of the huddle. Play clock is at 23, so there is time to step up to the line of scrimmage and run the play. Formation strong to the far side. Tight end on the near side. And before play gets underway, the Spuds use their second timeout, stopping the clock. 10:36 to go here in the first half. It's Moorhead 7, Sartell 7.
Brady Service Center is your hometown service
All right,
center.
1 minute here, 1 minute.
Trusted by this community for over 26 years. Whether it's an oil change.
Coming back on the turf after the timeout call, to the air it goes, and it is underthrown. He had his man upfield, he had his man beaten, he was waiting, but the pass was clearly underthrown as there was a missed communication on that play.
Yeah, they had Dawson Jarrett's lined up as the middle of the trips, and he was just running a streak or a kind of a hash mark route, and Gavin Quaid threw it on a rope, and it actually hit him in the back of the helmet. He didn't even know the ball was coming. It was a timing thing, and he didn't look back for the ball.
So that puts the Spuds into punt formation once again, running off to the side, and now getting in position to kick, and he gets a nice bounce inside the midfield area, inside the 45. They'll let it go down there off to the far side and finally roll dead at the 36-yard line. So the exchange, and it's first down, Sartell.
That was an interesting play right there. When they went to punt it, he started to run because they didn't rush anybody from that side. He started to look. When he saw that the defender that was dropping back him, then he finally punted it, which made they had two deep. The other deep guy came up, and that was a pretty neat job and got a great roll. That was a neat play.
So it's first down, Sartell, with the game knotted up at 7 apiece. The Sabres take over at their own 36-yard line. Wide receivers left and single receiver near right side. Quick toss on the near side. Catch made, run made, 45-yard line. The Spuds finally have the play brought down by Rain Battle. The linebacker came over, and he put the clamps down on Parker Knutson for the stop. And Rain Battle also helping out after a 9-yard gain.
Yep, that was just that bubble screen that everybody runs. And Moorhead's corner on that side that time did a great job of keeping outside leverage, but they didn't have anybody to fill in it, and the guy just kind of kept going outside till they got big yards.
Sartell and Moorhead battling it out here in the section championship game. Moorhead with a blitz, and they get through just in time. They're in pursuit, and they catch up to him to bring the play down. A late and delayed blitz by the Spuds worked out. Allmendinger was in on the stop, and also up and out was Rain Battle. I'll tell you what, he's had some outstanding steps forward in his game here on the second half of the season.
Yep, you get two sophomores playing outside linebacker, and they brought both of them. Henches saw the front side guy. He didn't see Rain Battle coming. When he turned around to go back that way, there was Battle, and they met at the quarterback, and that's a nice blitz.
On a 2nd and 1, a loss of 8 brings up 3rd and 9. And the Sartell Sabres taking a look now from there. Back to pass and looking. Henches rolling left side and looking. Flags are thrown down. Here's the play up to the far side, but incomplete. He was looking upfield and at the sideline. Everybody in the stadium recognized that there was a holding penalty about to be called.
Yep, he was starting to get pressure, started to roll out, and the person I couldn't see who it was coming. He got tackled. And it was incomplete, so I'm sure they'll decline that, and they're going to get the ball back.
That's exactly what happened. They declined the penalty, and that brings up 4th down now for Sartell. And all of a sudden, after that emotional and exciting start to the contest, we got something brewing here, more in line with a smash mouth type of approach.
Exactly, and I'll tell you what, that sack was huge right there. That sack was huge, and Moorhead's going to get the ball back.
So the Spuds go back deep and wait. And here's the snap. And now he's going to run to the near side, and the Spuds got caught. Spuds got caught waiting for the ball to be kicked, and they were lining up for coverage. And as a result, the near side part of the field was wide open. And a very alert play by the punter, and it's first down, Sartell.
Great play by the punter. He knows it, kind of like what Moorhead did when they punted. Nobody came on that side, and he waited and started to. And the only person that recognized that was Victor Rubazzo, but unfortunately Victor was too far away to make the stop, and that was a great job by the punter, and he did that on his own. It's great recognition of what was happening in front of him.
Cole Henches now and the Sartell Sabres continue their drive across midfield. Ball spotted down at the Spud 49. 3 receivers to the far left side and looking upfield. Here's the play back on the ground as they look for some room, and caught. Still on his feet. Finally, the whistle is blown to stop play. He just never did go down. In spite of all the efforts that he was giving and all the efforts the defense was giving, play is stopped and it goes as a 1-yard pickup.
Yeah, nice job by the Spuds that time. They tried to run inside zone to the right. He tried to bend it back to the left. And Jacob Culbertson from his defensive end spot on that side, he got a hold of him, didn't let go, and stopped him for a short gain.
Ball inside the Moorhead 48-yard line. Sartell and Moorhead tied at 7. Spuds trying a blitz again. This time the bubble pass off to the far side, the bubble screen rather. And Dylan Simmons out on the far side with the catch and the run for several yards to about the 45-yard line. And that sets up an and 5 situation.
Yeah, and nice job on Moorhead's defensive right side. They ran that. Moorhead brought a blitz from the left side. Did not affect the play at all, but good job by the corner on that side to get off the block and force that back inside where he had great help.
Cole Henches has made a quick visit to the sideline and has brought the play back to the huddle. It's 3rd down and 6 for Sartell. Crowd is starting to become more involved here this evening. The play is back and being chased. He's running. Cole Henches is still looking. Now leans back to throw, and it is up for grabs, and it is incomplete. Incomplete.
Guess who that was, Larry? Rain Battle.
Of course, he plays everywhere. Rain Battle. We're waiting for the number to be shown so I could identify, but Rain Battle comes up with a nice big stop, and it's 4th down. So all of a sudden, a defensive battle here between Moorhead and Sartell.
And great job. That young man was running close. Rain Battle from his outside linebacker spot stayed with him the whole way. Moorhead brought a blitz. He rolled out, looked like he was going to run and through that, and he did a great job recovering and knocking that ball down.
Back in punt formation at the 40. Snap is low. It bounces to him and then picked up in the kick away. They're going to let it go. And finally, they will spot it down at the 15-yard line. So the field position is deteriorating from each possession. It is getting farther and farther away, starting this drive. This one from the 15-yard line, and it's 1st down, Moorhead.
I think that the defenses, Larry, after those first 2 series are going, okay, here's what we need to do, and all of a sudden we're seeing a little bit different ball game. Both defenses have really tightened up that time. And on that punt, Moorhead made sure that they brought somebody from the outside so that he could do that. They made that adjustment.
7:35 remaining here in the first half. Moorhead used 8.5 minutes, a little over 8 minutes to score to start the game. Sartell used 1 minute and 14 to score and tie the game, and that's where we stand. Back and forth we play. Here's Gavin Quaid. Handoff.
Oh.
And they're starting to key now on Herliska. They're recognizing that he is about to get the football. He is the only ball carrier so far for Moorhead. And after some nice gains early on, the gains have become short, 1 and 2 yards at a time.
Yeah, that time again, trying to run power back to their left side, and Cade Lewis from his defensive left side just followed the guard on the pull, and when Herliska tried to bend that back, he was in that cutback zone, cutback alley, I should say, and stopped that for a loss. That's a nice recognition by Lewis.
After a visit at the huddle, Michael Haugo wide near left side. I think that is also DJ Smith in the slot. Going back to pass, and a screen pass set up, and it's caught behind the line of scrimmage, but he gets away, and Herliska did manage to get back to the line of scrimmage, and not much more than that. And they'll put it down there near the 15-yard line.
And that's a heck of a job just to get back to make it a 3rd management. Now it's 3rd and 10. And trying to run that, they run like a boot to the left and then throwback screen back to the right. And the ball floats like that, and he had troubles catching that on the run, so he had to reverse field. That's a good job just getting the extra yards that he got.
From this point in the field, the Spuds are facing a 3rd down situation, needing 10 yards to reach the 25-yard line. That's the line to gain with approaching the 6-minute mark. As they look at 3rd down, everybody's a receiver. As Quaid goes off to the far side, he angles up his way, and then as he got to the sideline, he was run into and run over and put down short of the 1st down marker.
Yeah, and he got flushed out of the pocket right away, Larry. It was not going to be able to set anything up, and he got as many yards as he could. But, again, they're gambling, and they're bringing the blitz that time, and that time Moorhead wasn't able to pick up the blitz, and that chased him out of there, and now they're going to have to punt.
So as a result, the Spuds bring on the punting team. Xavier is there. Waiting on the snap. Here's the running approach, and it is blocked, and it rolls out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. Oh, I tell you what, Lewis, and his name keeps popping up on big plays from Sartell's defensive unit. He comes up with a blocked punt, rolls out of bounds deep inside the 10-yard line. They're going to spot it at the 5, and it's 1st and goal, Sartell.
Yeah, he did a nice job of getting up the block, and then the other thing he did is that Moorhead's punter took a couple steps to the right, and he took the perfect angle to block that. And lucky for the Spuds, when he blocked that, it looked like he was going to pick it up, and it had just enough momentum to get out of bounds.
And the Sartell Sabres all of a sudden find themselves in position, a scoring position, as they hand off to the left side, and then it comes back to the quarterback, and there he is. Cole Henches is there on the run for the score. One play later, and the Sartell Sabres take the lead.
Yep, nice job. They just went zone reads where they've been running that inside zone. He pulled it. Moorhead collapsed down on it, and then he just found the angle, and he only had to go about 4 yards. And nice job. And that's a heck of a way of turning around a sudden change on Sartell's part. They had sudden change, and they capitalized on it.
And the point after try forthcoming as the whistle blows to declare it ready. Henches is the holder. The kick is on its way up, and the kick is good. And the Sartell Sabres take advantage of a great defensive play and tack on the score. And with 5:49 to go in the first half, it's now Sartell 14, Moorhead 7.
Are you ready for your next home?
1 minute here, 1 minute.
Is making you think of a home that better fits your needs? Rick Halverson Construction is here for the rescue. Homes made to fit your needs, from 2-bedroom to 3-bedroom, built with basement or built on grade. Bring your ideas to someone who can help. Rick Halverson Construction, 701-238-1709, or email rick at rickhalversonconstruction.com.
Shop from over 500,000 parts. View real-time inventory. Display and download invoices. It's all possible with an RDO account from RDO Equipment Company. Life is busy, so count on RDO to have the online tools to help you out. Your online parts buying experience keeps getting better because an RDO manage your operation from your field or office. Visit RDOequipment.com and click.
Hash marks. And as they take a look along the way, here's the signal given, and the kickoff is underway. Driven to the near side. Jaden Griffin has it out to the 15, the 20. 5, still looking for some room. Not much there. Tries to cut back inside. He got collared and brought down, and it's first down.
Yeah, that's first
time.
time.
That's Abel Carfier.
Yep, Abel
Carfier. Yep. He played such a big role, given credit for the win last week against Alexandria with an interception in the end zone. And on that return sets up the Spuds at the 25-yard line.
Yep, kind of a weird kick where he ended up getting that between the numbers and the hash mark that time and looking for a spot. He couldn't find where they had the blocking lanes, and he just kind of ran sideways and got horse-collared there.
So Michael Haugo goes wide out far side. Pistol formation for Gavin Quaid. Long count at the line of scrimmage, and the snap is there. Here's Ben Herlishka. He breaks through one, a tackle attempt, and goes across the 30 up to about the 32, almost the 33-yard line. 7-8 yards on the play, and it's second down.
Yep, running that little wham play again, and Javid Carlson gets back inside, got on the linebacker, and I like the patience for Herlishka has there. He gets up in the hole, he sees it, cuts off that block, and then when he initiates contact, gets positive yards after that also.
DJ Smith is in the receiving core as play will start with 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Pistol formation. Here's the snap back and a quick toss on the screen. Looking for some room, getting away briefly and then stepping forward. Let's take a look and see. Owen Thielges was questionable for play tonight because of an injury, but he said this is game day. It's time to play. And he is, and it's first down.
He says, throw me that bubble screen, I'll make the first guy miss, and then when I get hit, I'll just make sure I get the first down. That's a nice way to come back from being questionable.
There is a talk on whether he's a two-way player. He likes offense and he likes defense, but on offense he can keep straightforward. He doesn't have to worry about twisting and turning at an abrupt angle. And so with that play, it's first down, Moorhead at their own 42. Waiting for the snap. He nearly mishandled it, but it is there for Ben Herliska. And he struggles his way forward, just getting past the line of scrimmage for about a yard. They'll spot it down just inside the 45-yard line. And Mayhold is there for the tackle, and it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, messed up the timing a little bit. They tried to run the power back to the right that time, and the timing of the play got messed up because he mishandled the snap, and so there was no way that the line's going to be able to keep the blocks that long, and he's lucky to get the yard that he got.
See what the Spuds have in store here. Trailing 14-7. Waning moments of the first half, 3:40 and counting. And again, it's on the ground, and again, it's a solid defensive front four stopping the play for Sartell. Initially, the hit will go to Gavin Schulte, and he's had a couple of big stops tonight already for Sartell. And with that play, the Spuds now face 3rd down and 8.
And also Will Mahold from tackle spot. He just followed the guard, and again, as he tried to cut upfield, he just jumped on his back, and that's a whole lot of person to try to carry.
The Sartell fans on their feet for the defense. Moorhead fans are cheering on their offense. This snap underway with less than 3 minutes to go in the first half. Spuds breaking huddle. Play clock is down at 0. And Kevin Feeney takes his 3rd timeout with just barely enough time to get the call made. We'll return with 2:51 to go here at Jim Goda Stadium. It is Sartell 14, Moorhead 7.
Town & Country Oil and Propane reminds you that the heating season is here. Don't get caught short of fuel heading into the upcoming months. Call 233-2421 or 888-771-2421. Family owned and operated Town & Country Oil.
We asked the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to CASASA members last year. Ben wanted to spread the news with the help of an airplane. Jen thought we should celebrate by giving everyone a cake. And Eric wanted to make it into a movie.
$2 million.
Steve thought, well, what if we just said it?
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in CASASA rewards.
Mastering at 233-13.
Formation, the Spuds go out on the near side. It is Michael Haugo. Yes, he made the catch at the 32-yard line. The secondary safety, Cole Henches, is there saying no, but it was Michael Haugo that says yes, and it's first down, Moorhead.
And again, they're going with a matchup, Larry. They took Michael, had him in the backfield, and all of a sudden they lined him up as the inside slot, so you got one-on-one. And that was a well-thrown ball. Threw it outside shoulder. He made the catch, got 1 foot in, is all they got to do, and then nicely done.
All the way down to the Sartell 31-yard line. Moorhead making their adjustment along the line of scrimmage as David Carlson comes to the near side to block, and the play goes to the far side, and the catch is made by Haugo. He reaches down, makes the snare, and then a side tackle down at the 26-yard line. A 4-yard gain there, and it's second down.
Yeah, ran a little boot play that time. Faked the ball faked the ball, rolled out a little bit. Michael's lined up as the inside slot. He kind of ran an in route, then dipped it back out, and again threw the ball outside for a nice 5-yard gain.
Time becoming a factor here in the first half with 2:16 to go. Sartell leading, Moorhead driving. First man in is Ben Herliska. He slipped underneath the tackle and went to the turf, stopped short of the 24-yard line. And Lund comes in with a stop, and it's third down and still 3.
Yep, and again, nice job by them. They ran power back to left, and Mahawald, from his defensive line spot, Larry, made sure there was no cutback lane.
Wide receivers to the near side. Snap back looking. Quick toss near side pass.
Oh.
Nearly caught, nearly intercepted, incomplete. That was on the verge of being picked off. Sartell had Dylan Simmons right there in position. It went through his hands. The Spuds receiver was there. It went through his hands, and it's incomplete to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, just tried to run that hitch route to DJ Smith that time, and he mistimed his jump, Larry. The ball was a little high. He was already on his way down, so the ball skipped off his hands, and I don't think Simmons even saw the ball. Sitting with, oh, my goodness, I could have had that.
So a crucial play. How big a play for the end of this game? Time will tell. 1:34 remaining in the half. Here's the snap back, and the play goes to Herlishka.
Nope.
He is close, but then he got caught up with and was driven down and is stopped. And with that no gain, ball is turned over on downs, and that's 1st down, Sartell.
That's a nice line surge by Sartell, Larry. They tried to run the play to the right, and their Patrick Eimelman did a great job of coming inside of Moorhead's guard that time and jumping on his back and stopped them a yard short.
Spotted down now at the 23-yard line. Sartell, they have the ability to go deep. Let's see how successful they are here with 1.5 minutes remaining here at Jim Goda Stadium before halftime. Back to pass, a quick screen set out to the far side, up the sideline, and then out of bounds. And that serves well to stop the clock with 1:24 remaining.
Yep, just ran the bubble screen. The receiver did a good job. He looked like he could have got some yards. He said, nope, coach said get as much as you can, get out of bounds.
Moorhead Area Public School is proud to be a part of our broadcast tonight, reminding you that with the football season and the transition into winter sports, stay tuned. All heard right here on 970 WDAY 93.1 FM. Spuds Sports on the radio. To the far side, the play goes to Lund. He got past the line of scrimmage, but not much more. A yard, maybe. And they'll spot it down inside the 30 still. Rain Battle comes up with another stop, another tackle, and it's 3rd down.
Yep, and a nice job by the Spuds front, too. They tried to run outside zone to their left that time. Moorhead's right. And Moore did a good job of spreading that thing out, and Rain Battle, again, coming from his outside linebacker spot, making a big stop.
3rd down for the Sabres. Inside the final minute. This play may be one more, depending on how they want to approach the conclusion of this 2nd quarter. Back to pass and looking. Under some pressure, screen pass thrown. Catch is made, run off to the far side, stepping out of bounds. Henches to Schulte, and it's a 1st down. So the chains will move, and still 35 seconds remaining.
Yep, nice play call that timing. And again, Moorhead was getting good pressure and then saw it was a screen, and the linebackers were all so deep that time that you actually had the defensive lineman in the chase and chased him out of bounds.
From their own 36-yard line, Sartell looking upfield. 2 to the left, 1 to the near right side. Here's the snap and the look. Stepping up into the pocket and running. Cole Henches. Let's see, he needed to be across the 45. I don't think he got quite to the 1st down. That'd be an 8-yard pickup, so it's 2nd down and 2.
Again, good pressure. Moorhead brought an outside blitz from their left side and flushed him out of the pocket. And he got as much as he could, but most importantly, he did get out of bounds.
Stopping the clock, and with a third. I lost track of the down marker. It's hard to see across the field.
It's 2nd and 2.
You see? Maybe 2 more plays is what I'm trying to arrive at here. Everything has been going to the sideline. Back to pass, now being chased. Still looking upfield and being chased to the near sideline. And he's got the 1st down as he runs into the Moorhead bench, onto the track, and nearly into the bleachers near side quarterback Cole Henches.
And good heads up by Henches. Moorhead had good coverage on it. They're sitting in that 2 deep zone. They're making sure nobody's getting behind him. He had nobody to throw to. They brought a little pressure from the outside, and nice job by by Ben Herliska, just making sure that he didn't get any big yards and getting them out of bounds.
Ball spotted right at midfield. It's on the 50-yard line with a new set and 20 seconds remaining here in the half. Sartell leading 14-7. Wide receiver, one to the left, flanker to the left. Same set near right side. Snap is back and looking upfield. Henches, screen pass thrown and in pursuit. They're trying to catch up. They're trying to catch up with the play, and Gavin Schulte finally is brought down, and the clock will stop at the 39-yard line with still 11 seconds to go as the chains move on.
Good. You know, that's a great play call, Larry, because Moorhead's front four, they just got the ears back and trying to get to the quarterback, and then everybody's backing up, and so that's just a nice call.
Sartell takes a timeout. That stops play. 11 seconds to go till half. Here at Jim Goda Stadium, it's Sartell 14 and Moorhead 7.
Arlen Swenson here with Northwest Blinds.
Let's just
My
do
wife
30
Carla
seconds
and I
here.
have
I
been
got a
helping
late start
homeowners
out of
and
it. 30
businesses in
seconds.
the area with window treatment needs for nearly
As we return to play, one, maybe two more plays for Sartell before the break. Henches is looking upfield, standing and looking deep. He's got his man out there, and it is knocked away incomplete. It is knocked away incomplete. The Spud defender was there and actually hit him in the back as he had an intended receiver in the end zone. And there will be one more play now with 4 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and that receiver on that side just ran a little stutter and go, and the corner bit on that a little bit. And he said, no, you don't need to do that, son. And the coaches up here weren't happy, but he did a good job of recouping and making sure. So now you're going to see a bunch of guys with their toes on the goal line.
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defensive backs waiting at the end zone. And so the wheels continue to turn here as Sartell takes a timeout. We'll keep it here to give us an idea of what we might expect to see. We know it's going to be thrown to the air, to the end zone, and see what they can come up with.
Well, it can be thrown in the end zone. And now they get a look to see what Moorhead's doing. Moorhead's going to make sure that their toes are on the end line, Larry, so nothing gets into the end zone. What kind of dipsy doodle are they going to have underneath it to try to mess with that? So
is it too early to see a hook and lateral play? There's no time here.
Never too early, but you know, it's kind of hard to say. I watched one in the college game the other night where they actually, instead of going hook and ladder, they threw a ball on a dig route to the receiver, and the other receiver came near side of the field. He pitched it back and went up the end zone. End line, for which was a neat looking play, and he scored. So don't do that.
There. Well, you put a couple of football minds together, you don't know what's going to happen.
No.
The secondary contains 5 people off the Spuds defense as Henches is standing alone in the pocket and wanting to throw. Then leans back and he throws it up for grabs. It is there, and it is knocked away as the clock shows zeros. We got a great championship brewing here tonight in Moorhead. As the teams head to the locker room at the half, it is Sartell 14 and Moorhead 7.
Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied. Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere. Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere. Natural talent.
Pam is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise, but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent. Pam is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise, but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent. Pam is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
Boss DXT snowplows are tough to beat. Featuring dual trip tech, flared wings, and optional D-force for improved scraping and back-dragging performance. Choose from 3 different sizes in steel, stainless steel, and poly. The Boss DXT is built to restore order.
Your home for Boss snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to.
We asked the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to Casasa members last year. Dana wanted us to hire a marching band. Amanda thought that we should drop 2 million balloons. And Kevin, well, Kevin always wants to use the money gun. Steve thought, well, what if we just said it?
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in Casasa rewards.
Revive Professional Massage Therapy Clinic. Locally owned and operated. Open 7 days a week, day, evening, and same-day appointments available. Couples massages also available. 20 highly trained professional licensed massage therapists on staff. Now with 2 locations, South Fargo and Detroit Lakes, offering online booking and online gift certificates. www.reviveprofessionalmassage.com.
We asked the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to Casasa members last year. Ben wanted to spread the news with the help of an airplane. Jen thought we should celebrate by giving everyone a cake. And Eric wanted to make it into a movie.
$2 million.
Steve thought, well, what if we just said it?
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in Casasa rewards.
Valley Alignment and Auto Repair has provided the FM area with vehicle service and repairs since 1978. They perform your vehicle service needs from oil changes and brakes to transmission and engine rebuilds. Valley Alignment and Auto Repair is a proud sponsor of Spuds Athletics and wish all the athletes and families a great 2022-23 school year and sports season.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to.
We asked the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to Casasa members last year. Dana wanted us to hire a marching band. Amanda thought that we should drop 2 million balloons. And Kevin, well, Kevin always wants to use the money gun. Steve thought, well, what if we just said it?
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in Casasa rewards.
Revive Professional Massage Therapy Clinic. Locally owned and operated. Open 7 days a week, day, evening, and same-day appointments available. Couples massages also available. 20 highly trained professional licensed massage therapists on staff. Now with 2 locations, South Fargo and Detroit Lakes. Offering online booking and online gift certificates. www.reviveprofessionalmassage.com.
We asked the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to Casasa members last year. Ben wanted to spread the news with the help of an airplane. Jen thought we should celebrate by giving everyone a cake. And Eric wanted to make it into a movie.
$2 million.
Steve thought, well, what if we just said it?
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in Casasa rewards.
Valley Alignment and Auto Repair has provided the FM area with vehicle service and repairs since 1978. They perform your vehicle service needs from oil changes and brakes to transmission and engine rebuilds. Valley Alignment and Auto Repair is a proud sponsor of Spuds Athletics and wish all the athletes and families a great 2022-23 school year and sports season.
Deep for Sartell. Kinwachaku. Everybody up for the kickoff. Quakos on for the spot.
We are ready for the second half kickoff, and everything about that first half indicates we better stay tuned and stay right on the edge of our seats for this third quarter and then fourth quarter of play. It is 14-7 Sartell, and the Sabres will get the football to start the second half. As the Spuds line up for the kickoff off the far hash mark and moving left to right, it is along the ground, rolling and squibbling, and finally picked up at the 22. And then as he made his move to get to the back onto the field and continue play on, a slip down there by the Sabres, and it's first down at that point.
Yeah, just kicked one of those knucklers all the way down the field, and
yeah, I think they were hoping that perhaps it would take a squiggly bounce and make, but Donovan Lund was able to pick it up and safely secure it at the 33-yard line. It is first down, Sartell. Leading 14-7, three receivers to the far side of the field for the Sabres. In pistol formation, here's the turn and the handoff. And the stop, and then the big stop made at the 36-yard line. That turned into a 3-yard pickup by Lund, and it's second down.
Yeah, I went with that inside zone play to start with right off the bat. And more J.B. Jala kind of slid down, made first contact, and then nice job by Herlishka coming in and finishing him off for just a short gain.
Three receivers go wide to the far side of the field for Sartell. Single receiver on the near side. A quick screen pass set up to the far side. He's got the block, and then he bounced off the tackle and continued on, coming up short of the first down, but he should have been stopped about 5 yards before they mark him down with the big hit that he took. He simply stepped away from the tackle and picked up the extra yardage.
Yeah, that's too bad. And Rain Battle was the first one out there, and he tried to run him over and didn't wrap him, and he started to go, and he had the present mind to get another arm out there just to trip him up, but that was extra yards. It shouldn't have happened, but it did.
Marked at the 41-yard line to gain the 43. Third down and 2. Sartell lining things up. Tight formation off the far hash mark. Spud show blitz, but then pull back. Meanwhile, Henches manages to follow his blockers in and upfield to pick up a first down at the 46-yard line.
I tell you, watching Moorhead's defense in that, they had a tight bunch with that trips to the right. They knew the ball was going that way. Nice job by their people blocking up front. Moorhead even had their linebackers flowing to that, and he still got the first down, which is a nice job by their three receivers out there blocking Larry.
Cole Henches, different formation now with receivers tight in on the far side. Back to pass, and the caught on the run. Can't get away. Donovan Lund is down across midfield at the 48-yard line. That's about a 4, maybe a 5-yard pickup there on the pass completion and run. And guess who? He's involved in everything. Ben Herlishka in on the stop.
Yep, and that time they took Lund and brought him in motion, almost like they're going to run the quick sweep, and they did, and then threw a quick pass to him, and Herlishka followed him the whole way, and really for a 5-yard gain, that's a pretty good stop right there.
Marking it down at the 48-yard line. It is 2nd and 5 for Sartell. Pistol formation. Here's the ball fake and the return back to Henches. He slides and slips and twists and turns and finds his way for the first down. He avoided tackles all the way along the way. He could have been stopped 2 or 3 different times and was not, and so with that, it is a first down for the Sabres.
Yep, again running that tight bunch with the trips in close, and he just took it and was a quarterback keeper on the end the whole way, and he got just enough for the first down. Pretty good job by the defense, but also pretty nice job up front by Sartell.
College football tomorrow afternoon, 1 o'clock kickoff at Jake Christensen Stadium as Concordia concludes their regular season with a game against Hamlin. Again, 1 o'clock. Right here on 970 WDAY. Here's Henches on the keeper. Pulled it away, and he is a strong runner as well. 6 foot, 200 pounds, and he manages to bull his way near the first down marker. Just short, his knee went down after a 9-yard gain.
Again, running that zone keeper. They run the run the inside zone. That time he kept it, just followed the back up the hole, and he runs strong too. He was basically hit at the line of scrimmage, and somehow he squirmed through there for an extra 4 or 5 yards.
Line to gain the 32-yard line as Sartell breaks out of their huddle. Single receiver to the near left side. Actually, now they've got the split formation as the play comes, and the Spud defense following the play in. Right at the top of the pile is Javid Carlson, and he had help along there. There were several other Spuds in on the play on the stop of Donovan Lund. Short of the first down. It is 3rd down and about 2.
Nice job by the defense again, running that outside zone, and they just kept outside leverage the whole way and spread it out so that he wasn't able to get any extra yards that time.
4 minutes into the opening drive. Sartell leading 14-7. Looking at a 3rd down play at the Spuds 32. Bears rolling out to the far side. Henches is forced to lean back and throw it. He throws it short. He throws it short. He was looking to find Dylan Simmons, and it came up on a bouncer right to him, and that brings up 4th down.
And they ran the boot that time. Moorhead brought heat that time, and again, rain battle, getting up underneath that, and when the ball was thrown, he knocked that away, Larry. The great rain battle. We've been calling his name a lot lately, and he did a great job of route recognition and getting underneath that receiver.
With the ball spotted at between the 34 and 35, the 1st down marker is at the 32. It's 4th down, Sartell. They make some adjustments as Aiden Lang now sets up in that tight end position on the far side. Here's the snap back, and they're going to go through the air. Quick screen to set up, and it's perfectly thrown. Dylan Simmons with the catch and the run and the 1st down to the sideline. Oh, what a perfectly called play. Great strategy move by Sartell to keep the drive going.
And right into the teeth of that blitz. And what's kind of neat, what happened there, when they threw that, he got a piece of that block or that blitzer before he went out in the flat, and then perfectly throwing ball.
So the drive continues for Sartell now at the Spuds 28-yard line. Off the far hash mark and moving right to left. Cole Henches waiting, puts a man in motion, sets up near side. He'll follow him. Here's Cole Henches to the near side, and he sidesteps and lets the play overextend. Ball is loose. Ball is loose. Scramble for it. Ball is loose, but I think they're going to call it dead with the play down. He was already on the turf with his knee when the ball came popping loose, and so that fumble brought all kinds of excitement, but nothing more than that.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And again, good job of recognition that he was keeping the ball, and Moorhead got a hand in there, but it was when he was on the ground, and just that was a quarterback keeper around the end all the way.
So it goes back to the 25-yard line, and it's 2nd down and 7 for Sartell. Back to pass and looking to the end zone. He's got his man wide open. He is there. It is caught. It is touchdown. A 25-yard touchdown throw from quarterback Cole Henches.
To Parker Knutson. And again, just ran the boot, ran a straight post route, put a little move on the top of the post, and Moorhead's corner bit on the fake, and he was wide open and perfectly throwing ball.
So that extends Sartell's lead. Using 5 minutes and 3 seconds of ball possession to start the second half. The snap is back, and the whistle has blown, and the flag has been thrown, and the play has been stopped, and we'll take a look at it again.
Illegal motion on by Sartell.
False start against Sartell, moves the ball back 5 yards, and does nothing more than extend the extra point try. Tyler Phelps Hemish is the kicker. Steps backwards, steps off to the side, and waits for the snap. There it is. It's on its way up, and it is no good. He got around on it, hooked it off to the side, and the extra point try fails. We'll return with 6:57 to go in the third quarter. It's now Sartell 20 and Moorhead 7.
Valley Alignment and Auto Repair has provided the FM area with vehicle service and repairs since 1978. They perform your vehicle service needs from oil changes and brakes to transmission and engine rebuilds. Valley Alignment and Auto Repair is a proud sponsor of Spuds Athletics and wish all the athletes and families a great 2022-23 school year and sports season.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
Boss DXT snowplows are tough to beat. Featuring dual trip tech, flared wings, and optional D-force for improved scraping and backdragging performance. Choose from 3 different sizes in steel, stainless steel, and poly. The Boss DXT is built to restore order.
Your home for Boss snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
Was mishandled just briefly, just enough to force the loss of field position on the play, and the Spuds will start this drive at their own 10-yard line.
Yeah, Abel Carfair, and I feel bad for him because he was over on the hash mark and the ball kind of hooked away from him and then bounced in front of him. And when that happens, it takes a while to get yourself composed, and they did a good job of getting it down. This is a long field for the Spuds.
Well, both teams have shown that they can do time-consuming plays if they want to. Here's the look. A quick toss on the screen. Michael Haugo gets loose for a moment. Comes back up and runs right into the teeth of the defense and goes down at about the 18-yard line. That's still a good gain, 7, maybe 8 yards on the play, as they mark it down now inside the 18-yard line.
Yeah, that's the first time that we've gotten to see him, Haugo, just run that little hitch route. He's so dangerous with his speed that they break down a long way away from him, and when he makes one little move, he picked up extra yards.
Leaves the Spuds with 2nd down and a long 2. Wide receivers to the far side for Gavin Quaid. Puts a man in motion. He stops and sets. Here's the turn and the handoff. Nice hole opens up, but only briefly. And then across it goes the 25 near the 26-yard line. Ben Herlishka is back on track for the first down.
Yeah, it went power that time. Pulled the backside guard. Austin Speaker kicked out the defensive end, and then you've got the big guy Javid Carlson leading up through, and he get the linebacker. Nice pad level by Herlishka, and boy, I tell you, they come up to tackle him, they bounce off him, Larry, and he picked up an extra 2-3 yards again.
With play, the Spuds off the near hash mark. Just across the 26-yard line and looking upfield, wide receivers to the left. Wide receiver and flanker near side. Back to pass. Time in the pocket and looking. He's going deep. He's got Haugo. He's got Haugo. He's got Haugo at the 35-yard line. Tell you what, the Spuds have found at the end of the year a very dangerous passing combination from Gavin Quaid to Michael Haugo, and that's first down.
And with his speed, Larry, that's all that was pure speed. He just took off on a go route. The ball timing and the throw was perfect, hit him right on the numbers, and then he picked up extra, and all of a sudden they're in deep territory.
They've gone from one end of the field to the other. It's first down at the Sartell 34. Pistol formation. Here's the turn and the look and a quick toss. And again, it's to Haugo. He has very little gain on that play. As he's caught right as soon as he was caught, he was wrapped up and brought to the near side.
Yep, and he's trying to make a lot happen out of a little, but again, just running that hitch route, and he got out there, but he ran backwards just a little bit, so he ended up losing ground after the catch, but still, they'll take 4.
And Wakachu comes up with the stop on the play, and it's second down. Still 7 yards. Need line to gain the 25-yard line. Wide receiver to the left. Michael Haugo now goes in motion. He is being pressured as he gets the pass away to Herlishka. He takes it in a hurry, rushes his way upfield and across the 25-yard line. That's good enough for a Spuds first down.
They went with the middle screen to Herlishka that time. He was lined up in the backfield. They put, excuse me, they put Hago in motion. That moved that safety over. So all of a sudden now you only got 4 people rushing. And boy, I tell you what, again, Herlishka got hit before the first down and still got positive yards to get the first down, Larry.
Marking it down at the 23-yard line, closing in on the red zone with 4:42 to go in the third. Moorhead trailing 20-7, but driving. Wide out far side is DJ Smith. Hago on the near side. A look to Hago, then stepping in the pocket and throwing. He's up in the air. It is there. It is there. It is caught. Touchdown, Michael Hago. Once again, he uses athletic ability to go above the defender, pull it down, pull it in, and score 6.
You know, they're throwing the hitch to him a couple times. That time he went hitch and go. And when he came off of his break, the ball went in the air. He threw it outside in between the corner and that deep safety and used his 6'4" frame to go up and get it. Perfectly throwing ball. Nice ball. Nice job of going up and getting the football.
Here's the point after try now by the Spuds as they line it up. And with the approach, it's on its way good. And the Spuds have come storming back to make it a one-possession game. With 4:24 to go in the third, it's Sartell 20, Moorhead 14.
90-yard drive.
Luther Family Buick GMC needs your used car or truck, any make or model. If you have a vehicle you're ready to sell, we'll take it up.
Featuring dual trip tech, flared wings, and optional D-force for improved scraping and back-dragging performance. Choose from 3 different sizes in steel, stainless steel, and poly. The Boss DXT is built to restore order.
Your home for Boss Snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
Well, the Spud kickoff is muffed, but then picked up and returned across the 25 near the 27. So the Spuds put together a 90-yard scoring drive with 2 big pass completions thrown to Michael Hago along the way, and the Spuds have pulled back within 1 possession now at 20-14.
Yeah, I tell you, I feel sorry for that secondary person because he thought, okay, here I go. I'm going to get him on that hitch route this time, and then when he goes by him. But how about the throw by
Gavin Quaid's been on the mark.
He has been right on the mark, perfectly throwing in between the corner and the safety.
3 receivers on the near side for Sartell as the Sabres go right to left here in the third. They'll keep it on the ground. And then across the 30 before it is stopped. Lund on the carry, Jala on the stop, and it's second down.
Yep, trying to run that inside zone again to the left side. A.B. Jala's lined up over the left guard, and he came down the line of scrimmage, and when A.B. grabs you, you're not going anywhere.
He's a strong defensive end. A.B. Jala, joined by Victor Urabazzo, David Krabenoft, and Ron Otto. That front four has been tested throughout the night. As the Sabres now looking at 2nd and 8. Back the pass, standing in the pocket, leaning and throwing. He's throwing deep. He's got his man out.
Nice.
And it is tipped away. Great offensive play, great defensive play. Broken up on the play by Hago.
Yes.
And it's 3rd down.
They got Hago playing on that corner over there, and he was beat initially, but with his speed came back and used his frame, because that if he doesn't knock that down, that's a big play. Great job by Hago, and all of a sudden he's playing a corner spot.
Well, they've had to make some defensive player adjustments, both at the line and in the secondary due to injuries this past couple of weeks, and they just move people around and make it work. Here's a 3rd down play now for Sartell. Again in the pocket and looking. He goes down. He goes down. He is not down yet. How do you do that? How do you do that? Cole Henches.
Rain battle.
Wow, Rain battle caught him before he had a chance to look, but he simply could not wrestle him down. He kept at it, kept at it, kept at it, and finally the play whistled dead at the 15-yard line.
That's a huge sack. And how about Moorhead defensive coaches rolling the dice? They brought both outside linebackers. He saw the front side backer. He didn't see Rain battle coming. Rain had him wrapped up. He wouldn't go down, so he ended up losing yards even more. But what a great play call by the defense.
And so Sartell goes into punt formation on 4th down with heels in the end zone. Here's the snap, and the kick is away. It is short. It's lifted high, and then takes a Sartell bounce out towards midfield and across, and it'll be spotted down at the 49-yard line. Perhaps, and I think without a question, the best offensive field position the Spuds have had tonight to start a drive.
Yep.
And it comes on the heels of a 90-yard scoring drive that has pulled Moorhead within 6.
And almost a sudden change, not quite, but nice job by the defense, big sack. And they got their fortunate poor punt, and they're there right now.
So with the ball at their own 49-yard line, Gavin Quaid takes a look. He has receivers to the far side. Michael Hago on the near side. Here's a quick toss on the screen. He went down to get it, was able to catch it, and he's still on his feet and moving. Out of the backfield, Bennerliska. And it is Thielges who comes up with the play. Owen Thielges with the reception and run. And it's a Moorhead first down.
Big job. I tell you what, you run that bubble screen like that, and the corner is blocked by the receiver. He had to beat the safety. He put a move on the safety and broke that, and then was off to the races. That was a huge run by Owen.
So the play puts the Spuds at the Sartell 36-yard line with 2:23 to go in the third. Spread the formation. Pistol, here's the look. Standing in the pocket and looking, not being pressured, throws it up for grabs. It is up for grabs.
Touchdown.
It is caught! It is caught! Michael Hago with another touchdown reception. Oh my! He fended off the defender. Michael Hago went up, pulled it down, pulled it in, put up 6.
What a great job. Now, tell me, he's a basketball player, is he?
Well, you can see it.
Yeah, he got down there in
He's
position.
He's also a track runner.
And a track runner. So the track runner got him down there. The basketball player got him to box out and go up in front of that safety and pull that down. Nice job on the timing and great job.
Back-to-back scores by the Spuds, and the point after try is on its way up, and it is good. And Moorhead has come back to take the lead. With 2:16 to go in the third, it's Moorhead 21, Sartell 20.
Are you ready for your next home?
1 minute
Are
here,
life's
1 minute.
adventures making you think of a
51-yard
home
drive,
that
Larry.
better fits your needs? Rick Halverson Construction.
Here's a bouncing kickoff, and this one is picked up cleanly and then downed immediately. Something has lit a fire here tonight in this third quarter after Sartell had scored and capped off a 5-minute drive to lead it 20-7. The Spuds have come back with 2 scores in a matter of 2 minutes, and everybody is ready for the whatever remains here tonight.
Yeah, and everybody's on their feet. And Rain Battle, we've called his name a few times, perfect punt kick. Bounce, 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 all of a sudden one up, and he made a great tackle for no gain on that kickoff return. You don't see that very often.
2:13 remaining here in the third as the Spuds now have gained the advantage and lead at 21-20. Sartell now forced to go right to left on their way upfield. Rolling off to the far side, being chased and nearly caught. Still being chased and got away. Off to the far side and running. Big play there, and finally may have picked up the first down. He went a long ways.
Yep.
He went from one side of the field to the other, angling his way for the first down marker. And let's see where they spot it, short of the first down.
And I tell you, nice pressure. Moorhead only rushed 4 that time. They got pressure from their front 4 that time, made him get out. They had opportunities to get him, but he's pretty slippery, and he's got good speed. Nice job of picking up those yards. But again, nice. Getting pressure with 4 is nice.
With all the running he did, he gained 9 yards on the play, and it's 2nd down and 1. Line to gain the 35. Cole Henches, hands off, and the play on the near side for Donovan Lund goes across the 40. But that's enough for a first down. Make that a 7-yard gain for Donovan Lund, and a Sartell first down.
Yeah, just went with their bread and butter. They went outside zone that time, and they did a nice job of sealing off the inside, and the linebackers got to get across, and they did, but not before he got a big first down.
Sartell and Moorhead both have shown signs of scoring wherever.
Yep.
They've also shown of signs of running the clock. Moorhead has used an 8-minute scoring drive.
Yep.
Sartell has used a 5-minute scoring drive. And that's the kind of game we're playing here tonight. It's 21-20 Moorhead as Sartell under some pressure. The pass is there. It's knocked away, but then it's intercepted, and the Spuds have it back. The Spuds have an interception. Oh, I tell you what, there's a lot of excitement brewing in the press box, in the fans, watching a deflection and then an interception, and it's first down Moorhead.
And how about that was intercepted initially by the safety. I think it was Oliver Judd. He got hit and then ended up getting picked off by the trail person. I couldn't tell who it was because the kids mobbed him. But it got intercepted, got fumbled backwards, and got intercepted twice.
So the Spuds are right back in business, and it wasn't long ago they were at this spot, right near midfield at the 48-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground. And Herlishka powers his way, and he never does go down, but he is stopped. He is powerful driven, Ben Herlishka.
Yep, running the power to the right side, and again, nice fill by the secondary. He was just about ready to cut that back, and the secondary filled that real hard from the inside out and stopped that for what looked like it was going to be a big gain, and stopped it at about 3 or 4 yards.
Line to gain the Sartell 42-yard line as the Spuds face 2nd down and 7. Wide receivers far left side. Turn, handoff for Lishka. He follows the blocks. Well, I tell you what, he's getting some seams to work with. His offensive line is doing the job they're paid for here tonight. It picked up 9 yards on the play. Just short of the first down, it's 3rd and 1.
Micah Kozad's going, come on, let's go. Micah Kozad pulled it.
He wants to play.
Yeah, he pulled that up through, and you know what, Herlish said, I'm just going to follow you, and he did.
Spuds are going to let the clock run down. 4 fingers are in the air, ready for play in the 4th quarter. We'll be back with more from Jim Goda Stadium after 3 quarters of play. It's Moorhead 21, Sartell 20.
Before I became a
Brady Service Center is your hometown service.
1 minute
that's been
here, 1
trusted
minute.
by this community for
But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to.
We asked the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to Casasa members last year. Dana wanted us to hire a marching band. Amanda thought that we should drop 2 million balloons. And Kevin, well, Kevin always wants to use the money gun. Steve thought, well, what if we just said it?
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in Casasa rewards.
What's he doing handling the football?
He was coming back, see what was going on, and ended up in his hands.
And so the Spuds start the 4th quarter with an adjustment at the line of scrimmage to turn the handoff. And a first down gained as Ben Herlischka has regained the form that we saw in the first quarter, alive here in the third and starting the fourth.
Third and short, they pretty sure that Moorhead was going to run the ball. They actually brought both outside linebackers at the time, and somehow they got a piece of everybody, and he found a seam and cut that back for a big first down.
Just underway, fourth quarter. Moorhead has scored 2 consecutive touchdowns and lead it now 21-20. How big is that missed extra point here by Sartell moments ago? As they take a look, pistol formation for the Spuds, Gavin Quaid. And the handoff goes to the right side. A little bit of room off that right side tackle. And a gain that puts the ball down. Herlischka puts it down at the 37-yard line. And a gain of 2 then for Ben Herlischka.
Yeah, nice job by their defense tackle. How do you say his name, Larry? Mahawald? And getting off the block of the guard and coming down and stopping that, because it looked like Ben was going to get more yards from that, and he did a great job of getting across the guard's face and making that stop.
Second down and 8 now from Moorhead, line to gain the 29-yard line. Spuds leading it 21-20. We're just underway, fourth quarter. Wide receivers now on the near side for Moorhead. Play clock is at 4, and they get it away in time. Here's Herlischka to the seam, to the edge, and turning upfield inside the 35. It goes down near the 34-yard line. Herlischka on the carry, leaves Moorhead with a 3rd and 5.
Yep, again running, just trying to run outside, almost like a sweep that time, and looked like there was something there, and their defensive end on that side did a good job of stopping him for a short gain.
A late arrival to the huddle doesn't necessarily mean much of anything for Michael Hago. He just checks in to make sure they understand what's going on, and he'll take his spot on the near side. Back and looking in the pocket, throwing. Far side the catch. Yes, inside the 30. They'll spot it at the 29.
DJ.
And it is DJ Smith with the gain there. Sets up the Spuds with about a yard or a little bit less needed. Fourth down, Moorhead.
Nice job, and I tell you, the timing was perfect again. DJ just ran that little hook route, and the ball was in the air right when he came out of his route, and their corner had real good coverage on it, but he hung on for a nice gain. Now it's 4th and 1.
4th and 1 off the far hash mark. Moorhead making their lineup adjustments. Everything about this game indicates it'll be on the ground to Ben Herlischka. Perhaps they're going to take it all the way down until the timeout is needed. Timeout is called. Timeout is taken. 9:19 to go, fourth quarter. Here at Jim Goda Stadium, it's Moorhead 21, Sartell 20.
Wow. NFL Communications statistics last year, what state produced the most high school athletes currently playing?
And Moorhead has really changed that, haven't they? They scored 2 consecutive touchdowns. And I think what you see here is Moorhead lined up, brought their heavy set back to the left. Coach Feeney wanted to see what they were lining up in, and he just drew another play in the dirt to see what magic comes out of a timeout.
317 Robert Street.
Here we go. 4th down and about a yard. The power formation. The snowplow has moved ahead. The drifts have been moved off to the side, and it's first down.
I like the new rule that you can aid the runner. And what they did is they lined up with the back right behind the quarterback. And when Gavin took the snap, Herlischka just put his hands on his back and pushed him forward for a first down. He lost his helmet, so now they got to bring in They have to bring in Jaden Griffin for one play here because he lost his helmet.
So play will resume now with 9:05 to go. Spuds have moved the chains ahead. This drive started at their own 48-yard line. And then that drive, they took the lead at 21-20. That's where we stand. Off to the near side. A nice hole opens up, and he just continues to move along. Oh, my, what a night. Lawachiku comes up with the stop. And a Spud first down on the run by Ben Herlishka.
Ran that wham play, and that time Javid Carlson got on the linebacker. When he got on the linebacker, Larry, he also picked up the backside linebacker, and there was a huge hole, and Herlishka knew what to do with that ball then.
All the way to the 15-yard line. Inside the red zone, the Spuds with a 1-point lead and driving. Off to the far side, off to the near side. Now Gavin Quaid turns and hands off, and they'll keep it in the hands of Mr. Reliable. He turns, and Ben Herlishka works his way down near the 11-yard line. Mawold comes up with the tackle, and it is second down, Moorhead.
Yeah, and again trying to run that back to the left. And that time they walked an outside linebacker up in line, which kind of made a little bit difference in their blocking that time. There wasn't as big a gap, but they still got positive yards.
So the chains are in place. First down marker is out at about the 5-yard line as the Spuds face second down and 7. To the near side, receiver D.J. Smith. Making their adjustments, the play stays on the ground. Getting away and turning upfield, dancing his way out of bounds. Michael Haugo on the carry. Now Wachaku comes up with the stop. But we do have a flag down on the far side of the field. We'll check that out in a moment. Bruce Belseth wears the white hat for the officiating crew.
Illegal motion.
And illegal motion is the call against Moorhead. That will nullify the run, a short gain. But the yardage will take it back outside the 15-yard line now and spot it right at the 16. So second down and about 11.
Yeah, a little bit different formation for this. They put Michael Hago in the backfield. Only had one wide receiver. Tried to run power back to the left, and the timing of the whole play just didn't hit right. But unfortunately, they had illegal motion.
So Haugo now takes a position in the backfield alongside quarterback Gavin Quaid. Under some pressure, the ball is thrown up for grabs. It's in the end zone. It is there. It is waiting to see. It is caught. Touchdown! Oh my, in the far corner. Gavin Quaid throwing a perfect rainbow toss to the far corner at the sideline, and the Spuds add on 6.
And that was Owen Fields, Larry. He was lined up as the inside twin. He just ran a corner route again. The timing of the throw was perfect, and he caught that ball. And tough to see from here, but it had to be catch the ball, get the foot in, and be out of bounds. Great job.
Moorhead making some adjustments. Will they be able to set as they switch side from left to right, from right to left? Here's the snap and the approach, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. The Spuds have come roaring back here in the fourth quarter with 7:15 to go. From Jim Goda Stadium, it's Moorhead 28 and Sartell 20.
Are you ready for your next home?
I'm glad he was only
1 minute here, 1 minute.
I'm glad he was only a question mark.
Moorhead, West Fargo.
A bouncing kick off has gone into the end zone. That brings it out. There was a penalty assessed to Sartell on the touchdown. And so the kickoff actually came from Sartell's 45-yard line. Not much difficulty involved in getting that one to the end zone. And so from there, it's brought back up. It's first down, but it's an 8-point game. That missed point after a while ago by Sartell has suddenly all of a sudden loomed huge as to our final outcome.
Loon's real big if they were fortunate enough to score, but holy mackerel, the Spuds are just inspired right now.
3 straight scores by Moorhead. Back to pass. Looking right, nothing. Going left, nothing.
No, don't
Coming
come back
back near
inside.
side. He is being chased to the near sideline, 25, and then out of bounds into the Moorhead bench. As he saw the angle, Henches comes all the way. He found nothing open upfield, and he is a dangerous runner and was able to pick up pretty good yardage. Out of bounds at the 29, and the Sabres now face second down and 1.
Again, Moorhead getting good pressure, Larry, off that with when they're trying to throw the ball and get good pressure with their 4. And then when he goes to throw, it's just so hard sometimes with those young guys. Ron Otto ducked his nose inside, and that gave him that extra room to run.
Second and a short yard for Sartell. Here's the snap back. They're going to go up the air off to the far side. Pass is thrown wide and low. And that goes incomplete. That stops the clock and brings up third down.
Yeah, and that's too bad. He just the ball should have been caught, and it didn't, and so all of a sudden it's a big third down. Again, Moorhead's getting pretty good pressure. He had to throw that ball a little sooner than he wanted to, and Otto did a good job of getting pressure and making him hurry that throw, Larry.
Inside of 7 minutes to go. The edge of the seats here at the stadium have becoming more occupied as this second half has been played. There are not very many people sitting back and enjoying. They're sitting at the front of their seats. Here's the look by Sartell. And on the run, Henches. Nothing open to the far side. Spud's defense is there stopping the play. Where do they mark it? Where do they mark it?
Just barely got it.
I think the left foot is in place, and
Wrapped up by who else? Rain Battle.
Rain Battle comes up with another tackle. And now the chains are moving, and it is a first down, Sabres.
Yeah, it's basically their version of the quarterback sweep. Get both backs outside, and he just takes the ball and goes. And Moorhead did a great job of filling the time, and Rain Battle met him right at the first down mark and just barely got over.
So from the 30-yard line, a new set of downs for Sartell. Back to pass, looking upfield and throwing deep. It is there. It is up in the air. It is up in the air. And from there, a late penalty flag has been thrown in on the a receiver and a defender both up in the air, going after the high throw and pass. How much you can hear from our background, I don't know, but a disagreement for sure.
They're not happy with the call, but they're going to call pass interference, and that's too bad because he had good position, went up to go get the ball, and it hit Moorhead's defender, but he must have got a piece of him as he's going up. It's too hard to see from here, but he didn't hesitate throwing the flag, which is too bad because that was good coverage.
Out to the 45-yard line after the penalty has been marched off. Chains will move on, and it's first down Sabres now with 6.5 minutes remaining. Front four digging in, Spud's defense waiting. Here's the snap back, a quick look left, nothing. Dancing in the pocket and looking. Now looking around, and again the run. And then the ball fake action to the near side and tackled out of bounds. Rain Battle is once again involved in the final statistic on that play for tackle. And it's their second down.
Well, Moorhead, great coverage. Weren't able to get any pressure. And as he goes now, Rain Battle's playing the right outside linebacker spot, Larry. He came all the way from the right to stop that for only about a 5-yard gain. That's an unbelievable hustle by Battle. Great recognition.
6 minutes remaining here tonight. We are in the fourth quarter. Moorhead has the lead, 28-20. They trailed at one point, 20-7 early in the third. So the Sabres with 3 receivers on the near side and looking upfield. Single receiver far left. And as the play unfolds, timeout has been taken by Sartell. We'll return to Jim Goda Stadium with 5.5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter of play. Moorhead 28, Sartell 20.
Town and Country Oil.
back into action. Here's a forward pitch and a spinning, twisting move at the sideline to try and move his way upfield. Parker Knutson on that play is very close to the first down. They'll mark it. Jala comes up with the stop at the 46-yard line. Not enough. It's 3rd and 1.
Yeah, went with the jet sweep that time, so he comes in motion. They pitched it to him, and Moore did a good job of bottling that up.
Wide receivers, 2 to the left, 1 to the near right side. Under center, quarterback Cole Henches picks up the first down. He needed a yard, got 5. And the Spuds there to make the stop at the 5-minute mark.
That's the first time we've seen him go under center that time. And he just went under center and ran it, saw that there was a little opening to the left and ran a quarterback sneak and got the big first down.
28-20, Moorhead with the lead. Sartell on the drive. At the Spud 41-yard line, first down. Wide receivers to the far left side, 3 of them. Single receiver near right side for Cole Henches. He takes the snap and stands in the pocket and looks. Being chased and pressured. He got a man open. Wide open he is. And the play off to the far side. Still struggling to get loose. But finally is hog-collared and wrestled down at the 30-yard line. It's first down.
Moorhead brought both outside linebackers that time. And he had, I tell you what, he stepped up right into the teeth of that blitz and threw a strike to that receiver. And they ran the riddle cross route that time, so the defender kind of got picked off by his own guy, and nice job at just stepping up and throwing the ball.
Oliver Judd given credit for the tackle on that play, bringing our clock down to the 4:10 mark. 28-20 Moorhead, Sartell driving. Back to pass and looking. Near side, the catch is made. And once again, it's very difficult to bring down these receivers. Oliver Judd had to kindly come up and help out on the play right along the near sideline. The initial hit and tackle was made by the Spuds. And Tavalli on the reception. Max Stenjum comes up with the initial hit, and then with help from Judd, it is a second down play.
Yep, and again, just throwing the ball out in the flat. Moorhead brought the blitz again, and they had the right play called the right time. Threw it to where that blitzer had come from, so that's a tough to cover man for man.
3:28 remaining. Here is Henches, rolling left and looking off his heels, throwing it up for grabs. It is there. Did he get in? Waiting to see.
Touchdown.
Waiting to see. Touchdown. Simmons is there for the reception and the touchdown. Comes with 3:18 to go, and they need 2 to tie.
And I'll tell you what, that was an unbelievable throw because he ended up throwing that as a back shoulder fade. Moorhead's defender had him covered like a blanket. He threw it on the back shoulder, and he basically went back and caught that with just his right arm there. That's a heck of a catch and a heck of a throw, and here we go.
It's down to a 2-point conversion to tie with just over 3 minutes still to play. As Cole Henches sends his team up to the line. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers near side. An anxious crowd awaits, and we will have to wait further.
Moorhead.
As Moorhead takes a timeout and reloads their thought process with 3:18 to show. It is Moorhead 28, Sartell 26.
Earn great pay and benefits as a service technician.
1 minute here. For the 2-point conversion try. Cole Henches takes the snap. He's going to throw. He's under some pressure. He cannot get away. He's under some pressure, and he goes down. And the 2-point conversion comes up short. Great defensive pursuit by the Spuds. 2, 3, 4 different defenders got on top of the play to bring it down, and it stays 28-26.
And I tell you what, Moorhead's secondary that time, they tried to run and brought the guy in motion, brought him back outside. They switched what they were supposed to do. Instead of staying man, they switched. The corner picked that up. He had nobody to throw to, and great pressure, but what a nice job of picking up the switch route on that and not getting picked off.
How much of that was
defense.
decided in the timeout huddle?
Yeah,
all of that is something that may have been just
here's what they
decided
can do, and that's something that they worked on, I'll bet you, all week. And what a great job of, you don't see it in high school football, but they switched and said, that guy's coming into your zone, stay there. Nicely done. And then getting great pressure and getting the sack. That extra point is just huge.
And so had Sartell been able to convert earlier on that point after try, we would not have had to this 2-point conversion try.
Nope.
But now it's 28-26, and the Spuds need to pick up a couple of first downs along the way.
Well, they got to watch out for the onside kick
and
first.
For sure they're going to be onsiding it. They got everybody up front. We know that it's supposed to be the hands-on people here, but we don't know which ones they are.
Well, they're all hands people.
They all are. Let's see what happens here. It has to go 10 yards. And as they signal that they are ready, the hand is down, and here's the nub, and it goes the 10 yards and into the air, and down it goes, and the Spuds have it. A true bounce right into the return team.
Number 8.
And Herlishka comes up with the play and goes down immediately, wasting no time. Did not want to risk losing the ball in some kind of bizarre way, and it's first down Moorhead.
And that was a pretty good try out for the onside kick. It took
kick.
that kick, it hopped, and I like what he did. He got it, and he curled up into the fetal position, said, I'm going down, we got the ball.
This comes now with 3:18 to go. Let's see what the Spuds have in mind to keep the clock running. Abel Carfier wide on the near side, or that's DJ Smith rather, wide on the near side. Moorhead loading things up on the near left as the play goes to Herlishka, and he sneaks his way across the 45-yard line. That's a 5-yard pickup. He had contact at the line of scrimmage and was able to still pick up 5 yards.
Yep, and they ran timeout here, Larry.
We've got a timeout taken, and we will return with more championship football from Jim Goda Stadium. 3:12 to go in the fourth. It's Moorhead 28, Sartell 26.
Revive Professional Massage Therapy Clinic. Locally owned and operated. Open 7 days a week, day, evening, and same-day appointments available. Couples massages also available. 20 highly trained professional licensed massage therapists on staff. Now with 2 locations, South Fargo and Detroit Lakes. Offering online booking and online gift certificates. www.reviveprofessionalmassage.com.
A quick return here at Jim Goda Stadium coming out of the timeout. Spuds put it on the ground with Ben Herlishka. And now the Sartell gets into the action and puts the brain cells to work here to try to figure out a way to stop the Spuds. And basically the Spuds are going to keep it on the ground as long as they can move their way forward. When they go to the line, now it'll be 3rd down and 4.
Yep, and a nice job by that. Moorhead tried to run their power back to the left side, and Donovan Lund did a great job of knifing through from that outside backer spot and getting first hit on Herlishka to stop that first short gain. And now he's coming out of the ball game. He got a little rattled on that one, but that's their last time out. So now Moorhead, if they can get a first down here, it's going to be really hard.
Give you an idea of how these teams compare. The first time they met was in week 5 of the season, and Moorhead took the loss 30-12. That was the final score in regular season. Tonight we're playing championship football. It's for the Section 8 trophy. 3 minutes to go. And everybody's crunching up at their weight. And here's a screen pass set to Michael Hago. He gets loose, but cannot get enough for the first down. Are we in 4-down territory at midfield? It is 4th down and inches. I'm going to say he's going to go for it. Give me a shot.
I think you're probably right, but he wants to see exactly where the ball is before he walks over to the huddle, and I'm sure he's going to take his time here, and they're going to line up, see what kind of defense they're in, then they'll call a timeout. Nice safe pass play out that time out to Michael Hago, and even with his 6'4" frame, he was still 2 feet short, which is too bad, but we'll see what happens here. But I think you're going to see him run as much time off the clock as you can, Larry, and take a timeout.
Feeney is standing right next to the official. They're making sure that he is within talking distance and letting the game clock run down, and that's exactly what happens. Timeout now has been taken, so we're going to keep it here and put your coaching mind to work as to what kind of play we might see. It is 4th down and less than a yard at midfield.
Well, I think what they're going to do is they're going to line up like they always do with Quaid, backed up. They're going to see what the defense is. If there's nothing there, nothing wrong with doing the quick kick and see if you can't get a good bounce. That would be my number one thought, which is something that they do a lot. The other thing is that when he calls a timeout, the way that Herlishka's been running and the way the line's been blocking, I know I can see him going for it too, but boy, if they can get the ball way down there with no timeouts left, I like that better. I'd rather see the quick kick.
I'm also taking a look at quarterback Gavin Quaid taking the snap from under center.
Yep.
And running forward from there, and that's where he lines up. We've got a false start, I think, coming up.
No.
There was all kinds of movement and offside. Moorhead was a stride ahead of the play from my vantage point. It looked like somebody was in the zone.
Yeah, and it's too bad he got the first down, too.
And so they will spot it down.
I don't see any
and
penalty
false start
flags,
is the call. And the 5-yard penalty will come back against Moorhead. But the key part of this is that they do get another play.
Yep, they get another play, and it's too bad, false start.
This time they probably will put the ball away on a kick.
Yeah, and you're right. Moorhead's left side took off before the rest of them. And probably I get it. Now we're going to see a regular punt.
Well, let's not get carried away.
Yeah.
regular
punt team, I should say. But let's get
anything
this
thing. I just am so used to seeing it. Just about anything can and will happen here. Xavier Thomas is on. He lines up. He's marking his place. He's at the 33 to kick. The snap is back. He approaches and gets it away. Nice wobbly spiral. And the Spuds get a bounce out of bounds somewhere in the vicinity of the 22-yard line. It's first down for Sartell with 2:13 remaining.
And the big thing that you look at here, Larry, is they got to go about 78 yards, but Sartell's out of timeout, so Moorhead's just going to have to make sure they keep the ball in front of them, and they don't have to be in a hurry to make the tackle. Let them run some time off. Just don't let them score.
Early on when the Spuds had the lead and they were able to hold Sartell away on their point after try, it was a matter then of their next possession to get one, maybe two first downs. And the Spuds did not do that. Forced into a punting situation. It has given the ball back to Sartell with just over 2 minutes to go. Henches is back to pass. He's being chased. Can he catch him? No. The play off to the far side and the catch made near the 30-yard line. And where is the football? Cole Henches has come up with it. And so with that, it comes to second down. And the play came down inbounds. Clock continues to run. And as you mentioned, Sartell has used their timeouts. Back to pass and looking. And leaning off to the far side. He made the catch but out of bounds. And it is inbounds. He made the play inbounds, and that moves the chains. And a big completion there thrown by Cole Henches.
And most importantly, the receiver got out of bounds and stops the clock. And Moorhead's still fine. It's a minute 44 to go. No timeouts left by Sartell. They just got to keep the ball in front of them.
It's a 2-point Moorhead advantage. 2-point deficit to Sartell. Back to pass and looking. Henches again is being chased. He'll come to the sideline. and take a hit just before going out, and he ends up jumping over the training benches along the near side. He knows that with that run, he's going to get helped out of the field of play.
And Ben Herliska was more than happy to give him some help out, and he did. And he actually lost a yard on the clock stopped, but he lost yards, and good job by Herliska. He knew exactly where he was on the field and when he made that hit, so that he didn't get a late hit out of the deal either.
1:37 now showing. Sartell at their own 39-yard line. When will they look upfield? Here's the play. And the play is made. The catch is made at the 40 and the run 40 up to about the 41-yard line. Spuds have got a pretty good blitz plan going on, and it's been disconcerting at times.
Yep, that, and then they ran that middle screen, which is nice, so they completed it, picked up 2 yards, and they couldn't get out of bounds.
3rd down, Sartell. Now at their own 41-yard line. Snap is low. The rush is on. The kick is away. The pass is away. And again, the Spuds with blitzing performance from the back side of the play forced the play early, and it was Rain Battle that was nearly there to bring him down. And with that, it is 4th down.
Yeah, they're
4th down and 7.
Yep, they're rolling the dice. They're bringing both outside linebackers. They're playing kind of a soft man-to-man, keeping things in front of them. And he got a hold of him just when he threw it and made an errant pass, and this is a big 4th down.
Well, the people in attendance here have moved from the edge of the seat to a standing position. Here's the snap back on 4th down. With the rush on, it is thrown up, and it is incomplete.
Got a piece of it.
It is incomplete. It was deflected on its way off to the far side. And the Spuds seemingly have been able to pull out victory after facing a tough call. Trailing 20-7 at the start of the 3rd. They will enter the final minute and 4 seconds with a 2-point lead.
But how about Moorhead's defense? They set the tone. They brought the outside linebacker again. Larry and Rain Battle got a piece of that one so that it was not going to be able to be completed. And they rolled the dice, went straight man-to-man, but it was a soft man-to-man. And now we're just going to see him kneel, and they only got to kneel twice.
Moorhead takes the ball, kneels it to the ground. Sartell cannot stop play. They have used their timeouts. Clock is running down now with 56 seconds to go. Play clock has 33 seconds to go, so they need to put the ball in play one more time. And everybody standing and looking at the clock, watching it run down before they step up. They want it inside the 40-second mark, and that's where we are now as Gavin Quaid takes the snap, drops to his knee, hands the ball to the official, and they head off in victory formation to the near side as they do not need to put the ball in play any further. And so the Moorhead Spuds, 3-5 on the regular season, come all the way back through the playoff run, and right now are on the verge of claiming the 2022 Section 8 Football Championship, advancing them to the quarterfinal bracket of state tournament play. Our final score tonight here at Jim Goda Stadium in Moorhead: Spuds 28, Sartell 26.
Nicely done. That's cool.
Downtime during the fall harvest season can cost.
For a presentation of our section runner-up and championship.